Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Goatlocker Retro Cup Series presented by Valvoline. And you're watching Rebel Racing Network. And tonight, we are excited to get this thing going at Michigan International Speedway for the Rebel Racing Network. 120, 60 laps at Michigan International Speedway. And boy, are we ready to get this going. Last season, we saw tire-saving strategies all over the place. This race, I think, big track, 2.0 mile track, and we will be getting with it. A lot of space, a lot of room to stretch these bad girls' legs out as we've got 60 laps to get it done tonight. Last week, we saw an amazing finish between Ryan Pendleton and, of course, that wreck at the end there that got the win for Ryan. So, man, just a lot of fun. Last week was really amazing. I think we're going to have a good one tonight. I'm Eddie Smith, and I'm joined, as always, by Sam Wettstein. Sam, how you doing tonight?
Oh, wonderful. Love Michigan, about 90 minutes up the road from me. Looking for the hat trick on exciting finishes. We had 2 weeks in a row. I'm ready to make it a third.
Well, I think tonight's going to be good. We got about 20 drivers, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll tell you what, let's do something we don't normally do, Sam. Let's watch some qualifying attempts. What do you say?
Oh, let's do.
All right. Well, let's throw it on Andy Kurtz. Andy Kurtz has been on a tear here lately. He has really had a lot of speed and has won some races, a lot of races here. Won last night in the Outlaw Series. Hell, I believe he's won a couple races elsewhere. So I think he's on the track right now running that high line. You see that high line being sort of dominant, at least coming to the green flag, and he will cross the line and see where he ends up. Spins her out across the line, ends up in 5th place right now. Ronnie Osborne in the lead. Let's go see who else is on the track. Jason Warren sitting on pit road, just getting ready and waiting. You see him just thinking about his lap, Sam.
If there's 30 minutes of qualifying, he'll come out with like 25, 26 minutes into it. He always waits till the end.
Well, he's got about 3 minutes. He's got 2 minutes left now. Only 5 minutes of qualifying, and these are 42-second laps. So let's go check in on Vernon Reese, who is out on the track. Vernon Reese had a pretty good season so far, his initial rookie season. As we see him on track trying to get a lap in. Oh, I might not be live. So
it always helps.
Oh, Jason Warren did qualify already. He's still sitting on pit road, though. I guess he's just waiting, so my bad.
He's faking us out, isn't he?
Yeah, well, I don't normally do qualifying, so give me a break. We got Keith Taylor on the track right now in the 08 Chevy Monte Carlo SS. He's coming around to get his lap, and he has already put one down. Let's see if he can improve upon that.
It's a big surprise to see Josh Oswald has qualified today. Not wanting the lucky dog or the hard charger award, I guess.
I guess not.
I think he's got enough of them at home. He probably run out of space.
Yeah, that trophy case is definitely getting a little crowded.
It is.
So, Keith Taylor, he settles for 10th place right now. So, probably wanted a little bit better attempt, as pretty much everybody is done at this point. So we're going to get ready to go green. I mean, what do you think about tonight, Sam? You said you went on track and drove us a little bit. How'd it feel for you?
I felt comfortable, which is unusual for me in the 87 cars. The high line, the mid line, you could even get down to the low line and get a little speed. But I tell you what, that 3 and 4 on the high line is very slippery. And I think we're going to see a lot of people wiggle their way through there.
Yeah. Like I said last season, it chewed through these tires. We had long green flag runs. We got about a 21 car field tonight, which is just perfect. And so you're going to have to pay attention to your tires. You want to drive, aggressive, but you got to be careful. Last season, we saw it really bite some people in the butt. But I tell you what, let's go ahead and jump into the grid as we got qualifying over with. Let's bring up some grid music tonight, and let's get this grid going. Let's see who is on the front row. And no surprise there, Ronnie Osborne starting on pole with Jason Warren starting outside row number 2. Outside row number 1. Row 2, Steve Loving and Vernon Reese. Vernon Reese with a great lap, starting 4th. Row number 3, Andy Kurtz and Josh Oswald. Row number 4, Cindy Taylor and Matt Telder. Row number 5, Tyler Rice and Steven Gibson. Row number 6, Keith Keene Taylor and Dakota Camper. Mickey Isaac and Cody Bame. We got to get that fixed. He's a new driver to the series, so Cody Bame coming in hot with that picture. But you see, he's a winner. He's gonna try to copy that picture tonight.
Bame's Lawn Care Service.
There you go. Row 8, Brandon Wallace and Brandon Pollock. The Brandon and Brandon show on row 8. Row 9, Matt Clemon and Matt Knights. Matt Knights sitting a little low. He wanted to be a little bit different, I guess. Row 10, Mean Gene Watkinson. And outside, Charlie Gates Jr. bringing up the rear of the field. So 10 rows tonight. That's 20 cars even. Boy, that should be good for a good show tonight as we get ready to get this grid underway now. So
I think we're going to get a lot of green flag racing tonight, which could go into, of course, tire saving and a fuel strategy racing. If I got to bet on somebody for fuel strategy, it's got to be Wallbanger, Brandon Wallace. I think I'm going to make him my dark horse tonight. Maybe row 8, the Brandon row. Just make that my dark horse pick for the night.
Hey, I don't think you can go wrong there. Those are probably really, really good picks. Man, I really hate to pick because it came down last season. Came down to tire and tire saving and tire wear. So I don't know. I don't think the fastest person may necessarily win this race. So you're gonna have to be careful, see who's able to save tires. Some guys just cannot help it and get out there and race as hard as they can. If we go long, you definitely are gonna run out of tire before you run out of fuel. Josh Oswald last season had the lead, had the win, and ended up blowing a right front tire before he could get to the finish and allow Brandon Wallace to come through the field and pick them off one at a time and take that W. So it's going to be hard for me to pick. I really have a hard time picking against Ronnie Osborne. He's been just so strong all season long, and he's already coming into this race with 2 wins on the season, but a commanding lead in the points. So going to be hard to see, but getting ready to go green now. Ronnie going to lead us down with Jason Warren on the outside. And we've got 60 laps of racing here. And boy, is it going to be a good show. Y'all strap in. It's going to be a lot of fun. So
I'm ready. Let's go.
Good. Green flag is out. And we are getting ready to go. Ronnie Osborne actually a little slow on that restart. Jason Warren able to actually get a little bit of a nose ahead. Let's see what happens when they go down in turn 1. Jason really coming down in that middle lane. That middle lane seems to be working good, but Ronnie Osborne fighting hard for that inside. But the outside line's going to prevail as Steve Loving gets in the wall. And, man, we are crashing already as Andy Kurtz and Matt Telder go around.
Oh, Andy's just had some bad luck the last couple of weeks, hasn't he?
Well, no, he's had some great luck, but in this particular series, maybe, I guess.
Oh, hell yeah.
Maybe. Well, let's go ahead and see what happened there. That was we saw Steve Loving get in the wall. I don't know if that was a chain reaction. Let's go see. We already see the happenings going on up here. As we'll watch it from Andy Kurtz's view here. Coming up off the corner. Oh, yeah, Matt Telder actually gets into the wall as well and just collects Andy Kurtz. So, guys getting really tight off that corner. Unfortunately for Andy, not able to get that thing taken care of, and he goes down to the bottom. Did we get a caution? Yeah, we did.
Yes, we did. Okay. That must be a product of the dirty air because I didn't see
Yeah.
any problem with that in practice. But of course, I was ghosting, so I didn't have any air off of anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I guess once they got it wound up, he went down in the corner and came off. A lot of these oval cars do that where if you cross over somebody's bumper in front of you, you lose all the air on that bumper on the front, that front downforce. I don't know. These cars don't seem to be super affected by the aero as much, but it is a little bit, and it may have been just enough. Got some guys coming down pit road. Dakota Camper going to lead the group down and get tires. Of course, we already see that Matt Telder in that gold Trans Am coming down to get his damage fixed along with Andy Kurtz. But guys coming in trying to either get fuel or maybe a little bit of tires there, Sam.
Yeah, I think back half of the pack, you got nothing to lose. Go down, go ahead and get some freshies, get your fuel in. If you go green, it could work out to your advantage later on.
Yeah, not much, but I don't know. You got
Yeah, every little advantage you can get.
Yeah, unlimited tires. Why not, huh? So as we watch these guys finish their everybody looking like they took 4 tires, no 2 tire takers, which I think we might see some of that tonight. We saw that work for the last couple weeks. I think people are starting to figure that out, that 2 tires can really loosen the car up. It worked really, really well for at Dover. Ronnie Osborne talked about that after the race, saying that he was able to loosen the car up, but just by taking 2 tires. So I think we might see a little bit of that tonight, as these guys definitely seem to be fighting a tight condition already.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see on this restart if Osborne can get a good restart with Jason Warren there, how that outside line fares, because it didn't do him no favors. But of course, I think he might have spun a tire on that initial start.
Yeah, you know what? Let's see if we're going to get the 1 to green here. I still think we have enough time. We can actually probably go on board and watch that start from Ronnie Osborne's view.
Yeah, we are 1 to green. Oh, you got that.
Let's go back and see if we can see that initial start.
Oh yeah, he spun. He's starting off in first gear.
Yeah, he started off in a high gear, didn't he? Let's see if let's swap it over to Jason Warren and see. Yeah, he's starting a different gear. So I don't know if Ronnie was just trying to get a good jump there, or maybe he just forgot what gear he was in. I don't know.
Looks like he started off in first gear, and it did not help him. I bet he don't this time.
Yeah. Either that was a mistake or just trying to do something, just seeing how it would go. But he was already pretty close to the rev limiter, so it was an interesting choice. And I think you're right. It definitely did not seem to work very well.
I'm going to watch his end car on this restart just to see what he does this time. Oh, yeah, his RPMs are much lower this time.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, a little half a lap run here to start, and then we had a caution. Guys getting a little bit tight. Collecting Matt Telder and Andy Kurtz. We're going to get ready to go back green. Jason Warren able to grab the lead that time by, so he'll lead us down to this restart. Gets a good jump.
Green flag, green flag.
So Jason Warren going to lead us down into the first turn. See Steve Loving trying to put a block here on the 17 machine. Going down to the corner, just trying to protect that position. See Tyler Rice already getting with it out there. On the high side, he's trying to make that top side work. He's going to get a good run off the corner. Doing good so far. Everybody looks good. It looks like a gaggle back here, though. Some guys who pitted, some guys who stayed out. We've got Stephen Gibson here under fire from Matt Clement and Mickey Isaac. And you see Brandon Wallace going 3 wide. Definitely not afraid to be a little aggressive, this Brandon Wallace is.
I like that about this track. You can get some good 3 wide racing going.
Yeah, I mean, he is. He was able to pick up a spot. Of course, that high line, though, extremely fast. You see Stephen Gibson in that 53 Chevy Monte Carlo get a huge run down the front stretch. But Brandon Wallace making those new tires work. He's got half a lap better lit tires here, and he's trying to get past Stephen Gibson. Great little battle.
Seen Ronnie Osborne getting up on Jason Warren's bumper and pushing him like they drafted a Daytona, but it did not work for him.
Yeah, as you see, the battle for first is starting to heat up. Ronnie gets a great run right there, and let's actually go on board with him, and we see out the back of Jason Warren's car. You see that draft coming. Ah, yes.
Jason's doing a great job running that middle line, and Ronnie's really digging, trying to get that low line to get him up to Jason, but it's not working for him. So it's definitely going to be a middle line race, I believe. Once these tires go a little off, if we get a lot of green flags, though, you might see some guys diving down low just to try to get a little turn off of that yellow line.
Yeah, I mean that's to me that's the biggest question. It's once the tires wear out, how well is that bottom to mid lane actually going to work, or is everything going to be sort of up high like you normally see? I think maybe early on that bottom will work really good, but I have no idea. I don't remember last season what the dominant line was, but seems like everybody's kind of settling for the middle.
I tell you what, Ronnie is really burning that right rear coming off the corners, just trying to get up here and get to Jason.
And you know what? He talks about that a few times, and I hear a lot of drivers talk about how if they can burn that right rear off, that's really beneficial to help the car rotate on a longer run. So, not a bad idea if you can try to heat that right rear up a little bit just to get that car a little bit more rotation. Probably a good thing. As you see, Cindy Taylor trying to work on Steve Loving, but Cody Boehm all over the back end. As this is a nice little battle here for fourth place. We've got nice racing going all over the track. 20-car field, and we'll go back here to Mickey Isaac and Dakota Camper and Brandon Wallace. A little three-way battle back here. This is for the 12th position. Dakota Camper pitted on that last caution, so trying to make his way forward. Dang, Sam, I don't know where to go, man. There's battles going on all over the track. I can't.
I keep getting lost in it watching it.
Yeah, I mean, I try to make sure we highlight everything. I tell you what, Cody Boehm really moving. He's up 9 spots from where he started. He is. I don't know if he's driven this. He hasn't driven in this series. He joined tonight, but already showing that he's got what it takes. Of course, he's a really good short track racer. We know that. And it seems like a lot of these guys who are really good at short track seem to flourish here because short tracks, in like super lates and those type of thing, tire saving is important, but not hugely important. You really just drive as hard as you can. And I think that these guys really take to these cars, Jason Warren being a great example. As we see, we got a battle for the lead going on here. Is Ronnie Osborne going to go high? See if Jason Warren can hold that tie line. Is going to be really, really strong. As they are side by side going down the backstretch, and Jason Warren concedes a position, so Ronnie Osborne takes the lead on lap 11 out of 60.
I don't think it'll be long before Warren catches back up to him and tries the same move.
Yeah, you definitely see he's already got a run. He's looking to the inside, definitely not wanting to just hang out, as he is putting a lot of pressure back on him. That draft really making a big difference.
I think Ronnie's just giving him the bottom. He's protecting that top line, but he's also protecting his position, coming down there throwing a little block.
Yeah. While this battle's going on, Josh is like, I wish I would get up there and race a little bit more so I can catch up, as he's running in third place in that STP throwback that he's got going on.
I think he's sitting back there watching these two race and going, hey, you guys just burn your stuff off. I'll catch up to you here in about 10 laps.
Well, and he, like I said earlier, he's got that in his brain where he lost the race last season because he didn't take care of his tires. So he's definitely he's definitely learned. You know how when your mama told you don't touch that until after dinner, and you reach in there and she smacks your hand. That's kind of what happened to him last season, as he was like, oh, I'm gonna go out here and win this race, and burnt that right front off. So he got his hand slapped that race. So I think he's definitely going to be more in the know as far as dealing with those old tires. But he's still putting down good laps, just running by himself. But Cody Bame, he's coming, man. He is coming, laying down some really fast
Yes, he
laps.
is. He's running faster laps than the leader.
Let's go back here and check
Well,
some of these
not
other
that far.
battles. Got Mickey Isaac still fighting with Dakota Camper. Brandon Wallace dropped back a spot. Brandon Pollock moving forward in that Baby Ruth #1 machine. So these guys battling hard. I love to see it. Brandon Pollock going to the inside of Mickey Isaac. Dives down low, going to try to maybe do a slider here if he can make it stick. Come off the corner. Mickey Isaac's going to have a huge run, but Brandon Pollock able to complete the pass. Let's see if Mickey tries to run it back. Brandon Pollock defends that bottom, is going to give Mickey the outside. I don't know if that may be a mistake. I don't know.
It may be here.
No, Brandon drives it deep in there. He's definitely got the position now. He's looking forward towards that WCW Nitro #9 machine of Dakota Camper. I'm actually surprised to see Dakota not moving up faster than he is. He went back and got some tires on that last stop and has gotten back up to where he started, but now he's under fire from Brandon Pollock.
He may be in tire and fuel saving mode. I don't know. I don't think that's his MO, but he's usually a hang it out there kind of guy.
Yep, I think you're right. We got a pass here on Cody Bame. We were talking about him moving forward, but he's getting passed by Cindy Taylor, who takes over that fourth position. Oh, Cody Bame tries a little crossover, but Steve Loving was there, gave him a little tap, saying, "Hey, brother, I'm here, man."
Just a little knock on the door.
Yeah, Cody gonna do a slider right here. Cindy got it wound up. Cody Bame finds himself 3 wide in the middle, as these drivers have got huge runs on him. So Cody definitely learning. He definitely has a lot of speed, but he's learning a couple things right now as these guys and gals are able to pass him.
Yeah, I think maybe he moved up there a little too fast. He might have burned up some of that rubber.
It's possible. It's possible. Let's go up front. What we got? What's going on front? Jason Warren not going away, like you said. You made the statement whenever Ronnie passed him that you thought Jason would be right back up there, and he hasn't let Ronnie get away.
He's taken a peek at him several times, but he just can't seem to get a good enough run to get past him.
Well, let's go on board with Jason as we watch him try to navigate through this. It seems like it's just going to be so hard to get a run on somebody once the tires wear out a little bit. I don't know, because you're having to slow down so much at this point. You're not able to keep the momentum up. You see how much wheel he's having to put in as we go on cockpit. He got the wheel turned all the way over, and it scrubs so much speed. So if you're trying to carry speed, it makes it difficult.
Might be good, beneficial for him if he can catch up on one of these lap cars and maybe get a good draft off of it. And I have no clue if that'll work, but I'm just throwing that out there.
Well, I think he's doing the right thing right as of right now, is just hanging out, just, you know.
Yeah, we're 1/3 of the way through the race, and you're sitting in second position. You got a fast car. Just let it roll for a while.
That's right.
Doesn't matter how many laps you lead if you lead the last one.
Yes, sir. Well, definitely not allowing Ronnie to be comfortable, that's for sure. As Ronnie's used to getting out here, taking and control of these races, and while he is in the lead, he's definitely not comfortable. As Jason Warren starting to put a little pressure on him through the middle there. I think he's just kind of waiting on Ronnie to slip up just a little bit. I mean, one slip of that right rear, or get a little bit too high in the corner, have to lift to get off the gas, maybe lose a little bit of momentum. Jason's going to be there. So
Yeah, you want him worried a little bit. You
that's
don't want to
right.
give him a gap and let him just take a Sunday drive. You want to put some pressure on him.
And
Ronnie's good. He's not going to buckle too much under pressure, but even the best driver can do a little mirror driving every once in a while.
that's right. Well, if you look at your track map here, you see these two drivers have already gotten a nice little gap of about 3 seconds. They have pulled out on Josh Oswald over 3 seconds now, and you can see these two out by themselves. And then we got a little gaggle of cars in the middle, and then we got another little pack led by the 9 of Dakota Camper from 11th on back. So kind of you can see the draft definitely playing a factor is it's keeping guys together. But we've got about, really kind of two or three draft packs here.
Yeah, and I think that's really kind of hurt Oswald because he's running by himself, and there's no way he's going to catch up with these two with the draft right now unless he gets somebody to run with.
Yep, let's go check in on Matt Telder. I see he's working on the inside of Vernon Reese. Vernon started in 4th place, but has dropped back just a little bit. And he's trying to hold off Matt Telder, which you definitely see Matt's going to try to push it here as Andy Kurtz was definitely coming up on that high side. And Matt really trying to be aggressive on that bottom side, but you could definitely see it wasn't going to work as that bottom is just you're scrubbing off too much speed in the middle of the corner. It just didn't seem to have the speed that he needed to make a pass.
So we got 20 guys right now driving around the track screaming for tires. Everybody wants a caution, but nobody wants to be it.
Right. Yep. Yeah, I mean, it looks like, we had the caution on the first lap, but we have gone 22 laps since, working on 23 right now. Unless something happens here soon, guys are really going to have to start focusing on the tires because the last thing you want to hear is that spotter crew chief calling out saying, hey, man, we're take care of that right front.
Yeah. Well, what's the fuel run here, Eddie? I have no idea with these cars.
I think you could probably go close to the whole way. I think you might can go about 50 laps or so. Excuse me. But your tires won't ever make it. So they will have to pit for tires before they even think about fuel. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out here, as it looks like we're going to have a nice little green flag run.
So if you're sitting in mid-pack to the back of the pack right now, you're thinking maybe I can, if this goes green, maybe I can fuel mileage it out.
Yeah. You talked about Brandon Wallace. We see kind of Matt Telder being a little desperate here as Andy Kurtz was working on that high side. Telder going down to the bottom has been working on Vernon Reese for quite a few laps. Just cannot complete the pass. It's been a great battle that they've had. Andy Kurtz just nowhere to go. You can definitely see the aero issue as these guys are definitely fast, but just not able to get the runs that you need to make passes. It seems like passing is really, really difficult. As Matt Telder is able to make that pass now.
Yeah, because you got to get that. Guys are protecting that high line. You got to get in the inside line to get around them, and that you get such a momentum off that mid to high line.
Yep. And Vernon Reese fighting back on the inside, saying, I'm not done. And it's working, man. We got great battles.
Nice crossover move.
Yeah. I think Matt's going to have a run here and try to get. Man, this is a great battle. I hate to turn away. There's battles all over the track, but man, this is a good one right here between Telder and Vernon Reese. Telder going to clear him now. It looks like. Let's go up here one spot ahead as we see Cody Bain gotten up close to the top 5, but it started to fall back a little bit as Cindy Taylor able to pull away from this group, and Steve Loving is doing the same. Keith King Taylor. So Cody Bain definitely wore his tires out. You can definitely tell as he's going to push up in the corner here. Have to be careful.
Oh yeah.
Woo! Good grief. Man, oh man, oh man.
Now he's got to worry about Matt Telder and Vernon Reese behind him because they're coming up on Cody as well, and Cody's with his tire issues is not able to keep up on a draft with anybody.
Yeah, well, Vernon Reese going to get a little push there. Got to be careful. Telder holding it down on him, making him maybe lift. Is Telder going to get that spot back? But Vernon Reese, man, what a battle is going on right here. This is a blast. Man, I'm enjoying the hell out of this.
It's some great racing going on tonight.
It's got to be frustrating if you're trying to move forward, but at the same time, you got to appreciate the battles that are going on. As now Indy Kurt's going to work on Vernon as they try to move their way forward. Let's go back up here and look. Keith King Taylor working on the inside of Steve Loving. Keith going to drive it down the corner, but Steve has a good run on that high side. Is he going to be able to clear him? And caution is out.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Ronnie Osborne. Oh my goodness, the
Oh, no.
yeah, the leader is spun. What in the world? Let's go back and see what happened.
All by himself, too.
Oh no, they both get into the wall. You see what happened? Let's back it up. We saw it.
Yeah.
Looks like the tire, their right front, starting to give out. You can see as we go on Ronnie Osborne's screen, watching for the far chase cam. He's down on the bottom trying to get this dang car to turn as they have gotten tight, and he gets into the wall and spins it. So a leader, we talked about it, Sam, that
Yeah.
right front is starting to, these guys getting out too far ahead. And luckily for Ronnie, the caution came out. We go back on his on board and see what he was dealing with.
Yeah, I didn't think the caution was going to come out on that single car. He's off the racing surface. iRacing has been a little stingy with the cautions lately, but that one came out pretty quick. And I think Jason Warren getting into the wall is a case of, I've done it before. You just get focused on the guy in front of you on a long run like that. When he hits the wall, you just generally follow him into it.
Yeah, monkey see, monkey do, huh?
Yeah.
Well, definitely going to come down pit road. You know, guys who have that tire saving strategy, they're probably just slamming their desks because they definitely, you could see the front two struggling with that. So it was going to start to come back to them. You know, the car handling doesn't really give way on these, like the time, how fast you can run doesn't really give way. It's just the percentage that matters. After the first 5 or 6 laps, it falls pretty evenly no matter how hard you run. And so, you know, those guys, even though they were out in front, they probably had significant wear on those on that right front tire. So,
yeah, I'd be interested to see what those percentages were.
Keith King Taylor sliding through his pit stall. That's not going to be good.
No, and he was moving up to 4th on the board.
Brandon Pollock with a interesting pit call here. 2 tires.
2 tires.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I think maybe towards the end of the race that may be a good call, but hey, you know what? That's why we do it. We'll find out. See how it's going to go. Not real sure if I like that call, but
well, he come in there 12th. It's kind of a roll of the dice.
Yeah, it just depends on how important those left sides are.
Yeah, it's maybe he was in that group that pit earlier. I don't think 2 laps is a big deal, but it's I think it's good. And hey, why not? You weren't having any luck with the 4 that you put on, so let's see what 2 will do.
Yeah, I mean, he was moving forward, but you could definitely see how hard it was to pass and make your way through the field. So, you know, if you can even hang on, let's say he, let's say he drops back to 5th and kind of stabilizes there. I mean, that's a win.
Yeah.
That's a net positive. I mean, he did, that might be the right call. So, I hate to just say, ooh, that's a bad call, but it may not be a race-winning call, but it may be a good finish call. Just depending on what happens here.
I don't think he felt like he was in a position to get a win where he was racing at. So if you can get a good top 5 finish out of it, that's just like taking the trophy home to me.
I'd say so. Ronnie Osborne coming back down into pit road. Had to either go out of the back. I guess maybe he was either fixing a little bit of damage or getting a little bit more fuel. So I don't know the fuel run, but definitely worth noting right there as he comes back in about a lap later. gets a little bit more fuel, but that's going to put him all the way at the back of the field. So our leader, who had taken the lead, was starting to pull away a little bit from Jason Warren. Spins out, brings out our second caution of the night on lap 29, and now is running in the 17th position. So that's going to be a lot of work. We saw how hard it is for pass, even guys who are normally running up front. It's going to be interesting, maybe a little bit entertaining to watch him make his way through the field.
I'm kind of rooting for Brandon here. Sorry, Brandon. Kind of rooting for Brandon here with that 2-tire stop, man.
Well,
I hope it works out for him.
We're going to find out. Pace car getting ready to pull off. We're just over halfway. 28 laps to go as we cross the line. Brandon Pollock, our leader, he's going to lead us down. Gets a good jump. Jason Warren hanging there on the outside. Jason kind of really can't decide if he wants to go high or low. Cindy Taylor going to look low on Jason. And let's see what these 2 tires can do as they go down into turn 1.
Oh, he's hanging it out pretty good.
Yeah, seems to be pretty good so far. Oh, is Cody Bame in the wall. Down on the apron. He's going to come back up on the track, hopefully able to get that thing straight. No harm, no foul so far. Scary moment for him as he was gets into that wall. Shouldn't be too much damage. Just going to be a little bit behind the 8 ball now. But yeah, Brandon Pollock so far looking really good on those 2 tires.
I don't know. If I'm sitting second or third right now, I'm kind of thinking I know he's got a 2-tire change. I'm just going to kind of wait for him to back up to me instead of burning my stuff off trying to get to him.
Yeah, well, Jason Warren already looking to the inside as they go down the back straightaway. Not able to hang on to that position, but he's definitely giving him some looks. Uh-oh.
Oh, I think Brandon went a little too high on that one.
Yeah, I went on board with him, and now I couldn't see him anymore. So they are side by side for the lead. Jason Warren looking to take that lead away, but Brandon Pollock getting that run down the back straightaway. But Jason Warren is there. Let's see if he's on those new tires, can make it stick. Drives all the way down to the bottom. Going to try maybe do a slide job here. He has got clear of him now. He pulls up in front of him. Oh, and Josh Oswald goes around.
Big hit.
Big hit as we are under caution. The wheel gone. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, man.
That left front tire ain't hanging on by much.
Hey, go grab your tire, Josh.
Well, it came off on the broadcast, and it's still on my screen.
Yeah, it's rolling down the back straightaway, so. Well, my goodness. Let's go back and see what happened there as he was
He just come out turn 2 really hot and smacked that wall, and it got him out of shape.
Well, let's go on board and let's see what it looked like from his point of view. Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. We see him already in the wall. Why did it go to Cindy Taylor? I don't understand, but let's pause it, and we'll go to Josh and go on board with him.
Looks like he's got a good line coming out of there. I don't understand why his car floated up like that.
Well, I just wonder if when Jason Warren goes across his nose right here, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe the air changed on him, and because that car he's turning left, but the car didn't want to go left.
Well, you saw him coming off the wheel a little bit like he thought he was good, and then all of a sudden it looked like maybe the nose just sailed on him, like you said, and just could not get it wrapped up. By the time he did, he had so much wheel into it. Watch this hit. Wow!
Oh, man.
Good grief.
You got fast repairs in this league?
Oh, yeah. 1 fast repair, so he'll be able to go down and get that fixed. As we watch him go down pit road right now, just scraping the bottom of that car. And assuming he hasn't already used his fast repair, he should be good to go. We'll watch it. There he goes. Car fixes right up, so he's good to go.
Right sides for Warren.
Yeah, right sides for Warren. He's definitely saw Brandon Pollock doing a great job. But Brandon Pollock stays out on those 2 tires. Cindy Taylor took 4 on the last stop. He's going to stay out. And Jason Warren comes in and gets 2 tires along with pretty much the rest of the field. The top from Jason Warren all the way back to Ronnie Osborne in 9th. They took 2 tires, and then from Vernon Reese all the way to the back of the field, they all took 4. So definitely Brandon showing a little bit of his hand, and I think people are starting to catch on.
Yeah, especially since it hadn't been way too long since you took 4 tires.
Right.
Brandon was, what, 27, 28 lap old left sides, and I think Jason only had, what, maybe 3 laps.
Yeah, what are you eating, ice?
Can you hear it? Sorry.
It's all good, man. It's all good. I wish I had some ice to chew on. What is it? Is it Sonic Ice?
No, refrigerator ice. I got an ice maker. I'm fancy like that.
Well, if I had an ice maker that makes some Sonic Ice, man, that would be the dream, wouldn't it?
Yes, sir, it would.
All right, 1 to green. Running my mouth. Got some commercials I could use. Let's go to commercial. We got a little bit of time. Let's go to commercial. Let you
All
eat
right.
some ice.
You want the usual?
It wolfs down broken glass for an appetizer.
And here's the blue plate special.
Then it devours a portion of nails and wood chips.
I like a man who cleans his plate. Have a drink.
This insatiable appetite belongs to Shop Vac, the powerful wet and dry vacuum that cleans messes which would kill an ordinary vacuum. There's only one Shop Vac, so if it doesn't say Shop Vac, keep shopping.
Anything else? Big boy?
When you replace ordinary spark plugs with Bosch Platinum plugs, you may not notice the change immediately. The quicker starts, the smoother acceleration, the extra performance only pure Platinum delivers. So how long will it take you to notice the improvement Bosch Platinum plugs make? About that long.
Bosch Platinum spark plugs, available at Kmart and other fine auto parts stores.
Well, all right, just in time. The pace car pulling off the track right now. Brandon Pollock with the lead. Cindy Taylor in second, and a whole host of new tires behind him. And green flag is out as Brandon Pollock gets a great jump there and is going to set sail on the field as he is hoping that these folks behind him will battle it out as he can get away a little bit, as he has made a strategy call to get himself the lead. And so far, it has worked out as we only have about 23 laps to go. But oh my goodness. Well, so much for that as Jason Warren with those new tires just drives down to the bottom and like a man just takes the lead. Just didn't even think about it. Andy Kurt's coming along with him. I mean, a whole host of guys who just took 2 tires. So, unfortunately for Brandon Pollock, that tire strategy just went out the window as now he is a sitting duck as, we are almost 3 wide back here. Brandon just losing spots left and right.
With him having the lead, it wouldn't have been a bad idea for him to go pit and get left sides that last time.
Well, at least come down and do 2 tires again like everybody else did. You know, it's a surprising move to stay out, but he's going to stick with it. Cindy Taylor dropping spots as well. So, man, we see the difference that tires do make as Brandon Pollock just hanging it out up on the tie side. And but they are dropping. Both of them are just gone. They were running 1, 2, and now they are running 7th and 8th back here and still losing spots. These guys are just driving around. And Brandon Pollock now in the wall.
Yeah.
So he's just trying to make a better of a bad situation, but is in trouble now. Going to have to just get calmed down and get back into the race. And if a caution comes out, you can be there to get some new tires. But you can definitely see, you better get them tires.
Yeah, I bet he gets tires next time.
It worked on that last one, but this one did not. It seems like, you know, from that perspective, it seemed like if you get 2 tires, that's fine. But if you don't take tires at all, that's bad.
Yeah, even that short little run, you see what made a big difference.
Just how much they're leaning on those right side tires that these guys coming in and getting 2, that's really all that you need. But if you have any kind of wear, you can see Cindy Taylor, who had better tires, all the way back in 10th now. So
Nice little battle back here with Cody Bame and Keith Taylor, and
Oh, yeah.
Keith just split them down the middle. I think he might have 4 because he is on the move.
Yeah, Keith King Taylor, the first person on 4 tires. So left sides have a little bit of merit. Dakota Camper going to look back on the inside and try to get this run. Cody Bame going to follow him. Can't decide. Cody's like, who's going to get it? Oh, Dakota going to, woo. Almost goes up and tail slaps him, but.
How'd that go again? Woo!
Woo! And Dakota Camper clears Keith King Taylor, and so does Cody Bame. So Keith may have had a bad turn there as he loses both spots in that turn. So may have just not got it wound up. Maybe that high side just not the place to be on new tires.
Maybe those guys were babying those 2 tires for a moment and then saw Keith King Taylor and said, well, we better go.
Well, you know it's becoming more and more apparent, Sam.
What's that?
I don't think either one of us knows what the heck we're talking about.
I kind of sound like I do, but
I think we're both just trying to just make it up as we go because as we talk about that, Ronnie Osborne moving his way back up through the field on those 2 tires, looking on the inside of Andy Kurtz. As I don't know. I think after that pit stop, I think you're good on tires. I think you just run as hard as you possibly need to. Because I don't think you'll wear them out by the end of this race. So if you're trying to save tires here, I think you're probably going to end up losing a bunch of spots.
Yeah, it's time to go. Of course, if we get another caution, I see a lot of people coming down to get some tires. But, yeah, it's just time to wear them out.
Still a long way. That being said, 18 laps at Michigan, it's 18 times 42 seconds. That's a long, long way. So a lot can happen here as we see a couple new players. You got Matt Telder, who was back there fighting in the middle of the pack. Now he is working his way towards Andy Kurtz. We know Matt Telder is definitely fast enough to make some noise up here towards the front.
Brandon Wallace moved up to 6th spot out of his 15th starting position. I told you to watch out for that boy.
Yeah. Track position seems to be king, as these guys seem to be struggling a little bit just to get going forward. But now you get them up here and they're laying down some fast laps. Matt Telder maybe looking, trying to get by Andy Kurtz. He starts to see those front 2 get away. Ronnie Osborne all over the back bumper though of Jason Warren.
I think the best thing for Warren is the fact that he's got Osmer behind him. It's going to spook him. He's going to be driving as hard as he can.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing, like what Ronnie Osborne had going on is, just don't make any mistakes. If you're Jason Warren, if he passes you, he passes you. But, if you run up there and hit the wall and make a mistake like that, is Ronnie going to get a run here? Going to jump down to the inside. Going to have the run down the front stretch. Oh, he's got position on him going into the corner. He's going to dive down to the inside and see what Jason does. Jason drives it deep into the corner. Going to try to make it stick. Ronnie not going to be able to have the exit of the corner. So Jason going to have the run here. He should anyway, off the corner. But Warren is there. And Telder, you see him working on the inside of Andy Kurtz. The camera angle just really picks the worst time to swap to the static camera angles. But Ronnie's still there. Let's see at 3 and 4 what he can do. As Matt Telder, like I said, battle for 3rd place as well. Ronnie going to slide up in front of him. Jason going to try to jump down, but Ronnie has the run and the lead. So Ronnie Osborne wrecking out of the lead, drives up through the front, uses some pit strategy to help a little bit, but now retakes the lead with 14 laps to go.
That's amazing. But Jason's not going to let him go. He's not going to let him be comfortable. He's like, okay, go ahead, hit the wall again.
Well, I think you're right. They're so close in speed that it seems like whoever's the following driver, has that little bit of advantage because of the draft. But they seem to be so incredibly equal. As we look back here to this battle for 3rd that's heating up, as Telder almost had him cleared, but Andy Kurtz fighting hard, able to get that 3rd place back. So It is a battle, man. Guys are having to really dig down deep, find some patience to make these passes. It's not something you can go in there and make immediately. It seems like it takes a lap or two to really complete that pass.
Oh, and these guys are battling hard up front. They're laying everything out there. They're going to be riding on the rim by the end of this race.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's go back here in the back. Let's see. We got some battles going on. Vernon Reese trying to, I don't know if he was passing Cindy or Cindy was passing him, but they are battling. Cindy is kind of settled in 11th after staying out there. Josh Oswald right in front. But man, I tell you what, this is the hot spot right here for the racing. Well, we'll actually go back here and look at let's look at Matt Clement, Brandon Pollock, who was leading the race on this restart, stayed out, and you see he is all the way back into 17th, and Tyler Rice is passing him at the moment. So a strategy call maybe just didn't play out. Needs a caution to get back in this thing. It looks like as Tyler Rice is gonna get by him.
A nice little battle up here with Cody Bame and Steve Loving, Brandon Wallace. Brandon gets a little high and gets into the marbles up there. I think that's going to cost him. I believe Keith King Taylor is involved in this as well, and Dakota Camper.
Yeah, we're showing this battle back here on the broadcast, just watching, seeing if Matt Clement can complete this pass. Brandon Pollock trying to fight back here, just trying to showcase everybody. Make sure we don't leave anybody out. Had some criticism that I stay too far on 2 or 3 people, so trying to make sure I spread the love around. Brandon Pollock still trying to fight with Matt here. Able to get back by back around Tyler Rice. But looks like they settled in. Let's go back and look at this battle then. As, man, you're right. Good Lord, they're all over each other.
Cody Bame's driving it really hard down into the corner on that low line. Of course, I don't think he'd be doing that now, but to get around these guys, I mean, he was diving in there hard.
Yeah. Well, man, this is the best battle on the track, 2x2x. That's it, because there's only 4.
You can do math. All right.
All right. You see Dakota Camper trying to work on the inside of Steve Loving here. And man, it just seems like it's so hard to pass. Brandon Wallace gets to the back bumper. Just, oh, man. Dakota needs to get that room to slide up off the corner. Just can't. Steve Loving's there, but now Brandon Wallace looking on the inside. We are 3 wide here. And this is just for 6th place.
Yeah.
Man, these guys are rolling. Dakota going to clear them both right here. Let's go up front and check these battles. We had this battle for the lead is still hot. Man, I can't really stay anywhere for any length of time because these guys are battling. Look at this battle up here. This reminds me of so many races back in the day where we have 2 cars battling out at the end. Whether it be Bill Elliott, Earnhardt battling it out at Charlotte.
Coming up on 8 laps to go at the line. I think maybe Warren might have settled in to stay behind Ronnie on the and maybe keep his tires underneath him, trying to make a big run here at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like the race is going to come down to these 2. As long as one of them doesn't get up into the wall, we already saw Ronnie do that. You have to be careful. Don't make that mistake because once you get going that way, sometimes you can't save it. So you definitely know they're driving the wheels off these cars. So it's a fine line of not giving up a whole lot of momentum, but not running into the wall, which has grabbed both of them so far. But I think if you're Warren, I think what you do is you're just trying, you need a couple laps to do it. So it's 7 laps to go. You're right. Just cool the tires down. You got the draft help. Wait for him, see if he makes a mistake. And then if you feel like you've cooled your tires off enough, if it's even possible, you got to start going around lap 4. I think if you're not trying to make a move by lap 4, you're going to run out of time. You cannot wait to the last lap. You definitely can't do that because you just don't have enough time to complete the pass. So it's going to be interesting to see how he sets him up.
Yeah, at these older tires, you're right. It's going to take a while, but I think he just staying in his draft, and they're gapping third place. So Jason can't afford to make that move. If they can keep that gap on third and fourth, he can afford to make that move. And if it doesn't work, yeah, you still bring home second, but you gave it your all.
Yeah, you can see how much harder he's driving into the corner, and it just gets so slow, and it's just not enough horsepower to get the car back up to speed quickly enough. So there's just a lot of momentum. So he's trying to make up a lot of time entry to stay with him. You see, he's not able just to slam on the throttle, so. Got a three-way battle still here for Keith King Taylor,
Yeah.
Steve Loving, Brandon Wallace. Steve Loving throwing a little block there. That's never a good sign. That's never a good thing to do at the end of the race, is throw some hard blocks. That usually gets you sent down to the infield. But these guys are still battling out. This is a fantastic race. Josh Oswald wants to join the party, try to get up, and this is a battle. This is a battle for 7th place. They are fighting like hell. Let's go back up here to this battle that's been going on forever. I'm trying to get them all done, but man, they're going all over the place. Matt Telder going to do a slide job on Andy Kurtz. Is he able to complete that? Andy Kurtz with a big run, going to be all over the back bumper. Maybe try to sneak that bumper out. Oh, he's going to give him a little push down the straightaway. So Matt Telder up to 3rd place. Let's go back to the lead, man. I hate to leave it because Jason Warren looking to the inside. Yeah, it's time to go if you're going to make your move.
4 laps to go.
Yeah, this is it. I'm sorry, everybody, but right now we're going to pay attention. As long as this is good, we're going to pay attention right here. Is this the race win? Ronnie gets a great run.
Trying to make that draft.
Yeah, you got a great run down that back straightaway. Man, oh man, what an incredible race. Tyler Rice shows to have crashed down to the infield, but we stay green, thank God, as he is limping around. Hate to see that. He was having a really good run, but Jason Warren all over the back bumper of Ronnie Osborne. Who's going to get it done?
Oh, Keith King Taylor into the wall. He is wall rubbing right now.
Into the wall. Hopefully he can get off the wall. Steve Loving going to drive right up behind him. It's like, Steve, what you doing, bud? The guy's in the wall. Steve Loving going to pay for that. He's going to lose a couple spots. Let's go back up to the lead. We're going to try to jump around a little bit. It's going to be a little bit hard to follow, but we want to make sure we don't miss anything as we're coming down to 2 laps to go. Ronnie Osborne with about a 3/10 lead. Did Jason Warren use everything he had there? Is there more? Dakota Camper actually going for 3rd place here. Where did he come from? We weren't even talking about him, and he just has been able to work his way through the field, now working on the inside of Matt Telder. Maybe Telder has used up every bit he has as Dakota Camper goes to 3rd place.
Ronnie Osborne rubbed the wall a little bit off 2.
Did he? Okay, well, we'll try to keep tabs on all this. Is now Andy Kurtz is now going to the inside of Matt Telder. This is for a podium position, 3rd place here, as these guys, Andy Kurtz is going to try to slide a little bit there, but Telder is there, not able to do it. White flag is out. Let's go back, check out the lead. Ronnie Osborne now a 4/10 lead. It looks like Jason Warren has given it all he had, but still has to come all the way around. We already saw Ronnie hit the wall. I've definitely seen way worse. Last week, same thing, coming to the last lap.
That was a big move a couple of laps ago on the backstretch when Osborne cut to the inside and killed the draft of Jason Warren and really gapped him with that move.
Well, coming out of turn 4, redemption from last week. Ronnie Osborne going to win the Rebel Racing Network 120. Jason Warren going to finish 2nd. The battle for 3rd, Dakota Camper. Let's watch this 3-way battle. Brandon Wallace, Keith King Taylor, Josh Oswald coming to the line. Brandon Wallace going to take home 8th place there. Man, great racing all race long. What a fantastic race, man. This is what I've been waiting on all season long, and we have finally gotten back to it where we can run under green flag racing, and man, they put on a show again tonight. Sam, what do you think about it, man?
I think the racing's got better right after I joined the broadcast team. Um, I don't know if we can make a connection, but why not?
Well, you know what? I'm not gonna say that's the case, but
These
I
guys put on a good show tonight. A lot of patience show tonight. A lot of good, hard racing, but also patience. Guys not taking big chances and wiping out the field. It's some awesome three wide racing. It was a fun night.
Yeah, I tell you what, I cannot tell you how thrilled I am. We started the season with really such big fields, 43 drivers, really tough guys that are new to this car, and it was just a lot of growing pains as we had added some drivers. But we are down to 20 car fields about every week now, and guys who maybe didn't join in with what we were looking to do have headed off and decided not to show up anymore. And hey, look what happened. The
Yeah,
racing has gotten unbelievable. So
yeah. We should race like this every week.
absolutely. Well, all right. Well, let's go ahead and talk to some guys. Let's talk to these top three and get a feel for what they were going through as we try to talk to let's talk to Dakota Camper. Hey Dakota, this is Eddie and Sam in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, we got you.
Man, what a show from you, man. You pitted early, it was in the back, man, and man, on that last run, man, talk about that last run. You just driving up through the field, just man moding it all the way up into third place. Man, talk about your race, man. How'd it go?
Yeah, I hadn't practiced. I got in here. I would think I was like 15th quickest in practice, and I qualified, I don't know, 10th or 11th. So I wasn't very fast. I was just taking the first half of the race trying to figure out how to drive this thing. I was getting some tips from Ronnie along the way. He definitely helped me a whole lot. But then there towards the end, we took 2 right side tires, which helped a whole lot on the turn of the car, and was able to drive my way up through there.
Hey Dakota, this is Sam up in here. Hey, we kind of talked about you a little bit during the first of the race. Kind of lost track of you a little bit there, watching a lot of battles around the track. Coming from 12th to third, our biggest mover of the race. How was it moving up through the field? Guys, give and take tonight, or was you really having to battle real tight racing?
Yeah, there was a lot of give and take. There was a lot of guys that was just driving really deep into the corner. I think that's why their tires were gone, and I still had some at the end. I was trying to focus on corner exit, and they were all focused on corner entry. And then there towards the end, I just had better tires. But as I was driving through the field, yeah, there was some good give and take. It was a lot of fun racing with these guys back in the field. I didn't expect to get all the way up to third, but as everybody's tires fell off, I was able to get by them. There was wasn't much holding me off. I think there towards the end, maybe 10 more laps, I would have got up there with Ronnie.
Hell yeah. Well, all right, man. Well, who you want to thank? Any sponsors, shout outs you want to shout out here at the end?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Unchained Motorcycle Ministry. Usually have them on the car, but we got NWO on this on this 87 car. But they do great work around the Bristol Motor Speedway region. And also want to give a shout out to my church gathering place. Got a lot of them that watch, and we started a YouTube channel. We're posting our sermons online. So the Gathering Place Church live on YouTube, if anybody wants to go follow and check that out. And you guys always do a great job, and just appreciate all of you.
Well, all
And of
right,
course,
Dakota.
Ronnie Osborne, my teammate.
Yes, sir. Well, great job, Dakota. It was fun race, fun to watch you battle and get up through there. So go catch your breath, man, and go celebrate with your teammate. And congratulations on a third place finish.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
Well, all right. Well, let's bring second place Jason Warren in here. Let's talk to Jason. This Eddie and Sam in the booth. You got us?
What's going on, fellas?
Man,
Howdy.
what a fantastic race, man. You and Ronnie put on a clinic up front, and man, I'm telling you what, y'all were battling it out all race long. Ronnie hits the wall, goes to the back, but he makes his way. He was scared he couldn't find you. He was looking for you. He kept looking through the field. He kept trying to find where's Jason at, and finally found you, and y'all battled it out. Just I don't know what you need there to maybe hang on to it and racing for the win there at the end?
I wasn't faster than him regardless, but it probably would have helped if I'd have took 4 tires instead of 2 on the last pit stop. I could stick with him there on that last run. He finally started breaking the draft, and I'm purely a rhythm driver, so when he started doing that, which was really smart on his end, it threw me off of my corner entry and everything, and then he slowly pulled away there at the end, but he was quicker than me regardless tonight.
Well, Jason, you kind of answered my question already because there towards the end, I saw him breaking down and trying to break your draft, and I'm guessing that had a big influence on giving a gap on you. What did you think earlier in the race when he ran into the wall right before you hit the wall?
I was perfectly fine following him to the end of the race, and I think I can't speak on his behalf, but I'm trying to find the correct wording. Maybe, you have to stay on top of these cars regardless, but maybe getting a little complacent. Um, bored is not the word because if you get bored in these cars, you're insane. But getting complacent, then all of a sudden that wall just sneaks up on you, and I followed him right into it.
Yeah, we saw that. But luckily these cars are pretty resilient, man. Well, I mean, a great race. I mean, y'all two put on a show instead of Ronnie going out there and whooping everybody's butt, man. You made him work for it tonight. So, congratulations on the second place. I mean, you've had some really, really good finishes in this series. So glad to see you back this week, and hopefully we'll be talking to you next week. Who you want to thank? Any shout out sponsors?
Thank you guys for constantly doing an amazing broadcast week in and week out. I'd like to thank SPM. Thank Ronnie for racing me clean. That was a lot of fun tonight. Thank my fiance for letting me constantly get on here and do this stuff when I could probably be doing her or something. That's about it.
All right, man. Well, we'll see you next week, and congratulations.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
Can we just interview him every week?
Well, I mean, if he gets in here and races, I'm sure we will.
No matter what.
Well, all right. Well, let's bring in Ronnie Osborne, somebody we've talked to a bunch this season. Ronnie, this is Eddie and Sam. You got us?
I got you.
Well, I feel like we always ask you the same questions, but tonight it was, man, it was really interesting. You kind of got behind. You kind of got behind after hitting the wall there and having to go to the back. What was the secret out there is the question I have, because a lot of guys were able to pass folks, but it seemed like it took them a while. What was your secret in doing it quickly? It was very easy for somebody to get a run and try to work on them for a couple laps, but what was the secret to try to set somebody up and get that position quickly so you can move back up to the front like you did?
Really, the trick was just from how I saw everybody was driving it deep in the corner, and all was simple lift early, hook the seam with the left side tires down there on the bottom, and made the car turn, and always got a good run off for down the straight. As the old racing tale goes, slow in, fast out.
Hey, Ronnie, this is Sam. So we heard from Jason about smacking that wall earlier in the race. Did that surprise you? Did you get a little complacent? Did the car snap loose? What happened there?
Yeah, it definitely surprised me. I thought I was running the same line as I was sort of throughout all the laps I was, and then it just randomly. Next thing I knew, I was hitting the wall and I was sideways, and uh, thankfully it didn't phase me any, and I was able to get back up front.
Well, man, a great race. You and Jason put on a show tonight. I mean, there were battles going on. If you go back and watch the broadcast, there were battles going all over the track. But you two definitely put on a show. So a lot of fun to watch you guys race, and man, it was a lot of fun to see you win again. You have definitely separated yourself out in the points. You're now up to 3 wins on the season, I believe. And so you're really, really starting to step out on your competition. What's your thoughts going forward? I mean, you've been pretty strong about everywhere we go. But going forward, I mean, what's your idea as far as dealing with points? Are you thinking about points, or just going out there trying to win races? What's your kind of strategy going forward?
Really, my strategy is just keep running up front, and then if the points look close around Talladega, then I'll worry about points.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, there you go. There's your winner, Ronnie Osmer. third win of the season. Well, Ronnie, who you want to thank? Any shout-out sponsors that you want to holler out?
Shout out to PH Ware, Dakota, my teammate. Guys that run this league, and you guys for broadcasting.
All right. Well, we appreciate you too, man. Well, all right, there you go. Ronnie Osborne wins for the third time this season. Let's go ahead and look at the results as we finish up this race, which I think has been a fantastic race. I've really enjoyed it, and it's been just a lot of fun. So, Ronnie Osborne, obviously your winner tonight. Jason Warren finishes second. Dakota Camper third. Andy Kurtz with a great run, able to take home that fourth spot. It was an incredible battle at the end. Matt Telder rounds out your top five. Cody Bame on his first start in the series finishes sixth. Cindy Taylor finishes seventh, ran up front all race long. And I tell you what, Sam, Cindy Taylor dropped back a little bit after not coming in and taking tires there, but actually was running 10th or 11th, but worked her way back up to 7th. So a good recovery there at the end. Brandon, go ahead.
Oh, I think we would have seen a podium out of her if she'd have come in and got tired.
Yep, I think so. Running up front, close in the top 3-4 all night long. Brandon Wallace with a good run through the field, finishing 8th place. Keith Keen Taylor finishes 9th. Josh Oswald, after that spin, was running in the top 5 pretty much all night, running 3rd most of the race. Hits the wall and goes down to the inside wall, clobbers his car with a hard hit, but he rebounds back and finishes 10th. 11th, Steve Loving. Stephen Gibson finishes 12th. Brandon Pollock was able to recover and finish 13th. Probably a little bit disappointing, but still a really good run. Vernon Reese finishes 14th. Mickey Isaac 15th. Matt Clement with a good run in 16th. Matt Knights in 17th. Mean Gene Watkinson finishes 18th. Tyler Rice and Charlie Gates out early. So, where Tyler Rice, we saw him hit the inside wall there at the very end. So, a little disappointing, but still had a really, really good run. And I can't say enough about the drivers tonight. I want to thank everybody in chat, and of course, want to thank you, Sam, for hopping up in the booth. I say it every week, and I definitely mean it. It's definitely, the broadcasts are definitely at least 500% better because you're here. So glad to have you. Any lasting thoughts?
Great show tonight. This is how the racing should be for the rest of the season. These guys are settling in, getting to know how the car drives, getting to know each other, and giving each other respect. And it's nice to see that. It's a fun night. Absolutely.
Well, we definitely want to thank our sponsors. May have done a really bad job of taking care of that tonight, but definitely want to thank Goatlocker, our title sponsor. Those guys are big pillars in our community as far as support, and they are really fast drivers. They do a lot for the veteran community. Just really stand up guys. Really, really glad to have them the title sponsor of the series. Valvoline, of course. Also, Flexible Freight Solutions. Davey Jones not here tonight. He's out working. If he's watching, man, definitely appreciate you and what you've done. You created this series with, I believe, I don't remember who it was. I won't say the wrong name, but definitely wouldn't be here without you. And definitely want to give the Mr. Irrelevant Award out. Give it to, I think instead of the Mr. Irrelevant Award, I think I'm going to change it up. See if Matt Steffen doesn't mind me making it the Cebulski window tinting starting grid from here on out. But we'll give the Mr. Irrelevant Award to Charlie Gates, as I don't think he ever turned a lap. The Hard Luck Award, the Hard Luck Award, I'm going to go with Brandon Pollock. Who made a pit strategy call, got up front, and then that caution just kind of put him in a bad situation where he didn't know what the right decision was to make, and got out there on old tires and finished 13th. But still a great run, and I think had that caution not come out, we'd be talking to him. Peg Leg Pole Award, of course, goes to Ronnie Osborne. Best paint tonight. I don't know. Who do you think had the best paint tonight?
I got to go with Dakota Camper in that WCW. I like that wrestling match. I like that.
Well, he's our Smill Racing Design's best paint of the night. Definitely deserving. It's a good-looking scheme for sure. And I think that covers pretty much all of our sponsors. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Jonah Colbert and Garrett Kinder and anybody else. Those are the two names I do know. If somebody else is in there, I want to thank you as well for race control tonight. They have stepped out of the track where they love these cars and love racing to try to help clean this series up. And, man, they've done a great job. So definitely want to shout them out, Griff. Everybody who contributes to this series but also contributes to the league as a whole, want to thank y'all. But anyway, always glad to have everybody watching on Rebel Racing Network. We will be back on Wednesday night for the Thunderstruck Super Series, the Tour mods. So if you're interested in that, want to go race, reach out to Josh Oswald. If you want to watch, we will definitely be here showing the action.
If you're going to be watching now, you got to get in the chat and root for that 98. I heard he's pretty fast.
Yep, got to root for the 98. So. Well, anyway, so if you want to catch us, that we'll be at the ARCA Series on Friday night, and then Saturday on in the Syndicate Cup Series. So a lot of stuff coming up on Rebel Racing Network. So definitely, if you haven't subscribed, haven't liked, jump over to the YouTube channel. We do most of our stuff on YouTube. We have Facebook and Twitch just to have a little bit of coverage, but YouTube is sort of the main channel for now. So if you will, go over there and like, subscribe, throw a comment on a video if it's available. And we sure do love having everybody in chat. Kevin Kinder, Alan Smith, Steve McDonald, and Justin Johnson, man. Thank y'all for always being there in chat and hanging out. So congratulations to everybody in the field. Great racing. I hope y'all had a good time. We had a good time watching. And we'll see you next week. And as we bring up the schedule, we are at Rockingham next week. Well, that'll be a blast. And
oh, boy.
I tell you what, the race I cannot wait, though, is National Fairgrounds. I want to race that so bad. I wanted to race Dover, but the Fairgrounds is probably one of my favorite tracks in these cars for sure. It's just a blast. The line that you have to run, sort of an arc. I mean, it's just so much fun. I cannot wait to see how these guys race there. But the next few races are going to be a blast.
I have raced Nashville Fairgrounds, I think, twice. But the Texas race coming up, I'm not going to be here for that one. I'm going to be in Florida recovering from the Daytona 500.
Well, there you go. Well, all right, guys. Well, let's bring up the point standings. I think we already know. We'll let it reset here as it needs to update for sure. As you see, Ronnie Osborne has really stepped it up. I mean, he's got like a 2-race lead almost on Andy Kurtz in second place. But definitely not over. It definitely doesn't take much to go south with 175 points to win. But with these smaller fields, it's going to be harder for Ronnie to really have trouble. So he is starting to pull away, but he's definitely earned it and deserved it. He's been the fastest all year round, and that's the way these Winston Cup points work. So, but anyway, what a fantastic race again, and we will see y'all Wednesday night for Thunderstruck Super Series. And y'all come out and hang out with us, but we'll see you then.
Good.